I'm going to show you how to make a proper chicken curry, not the chicken tikka masala that you normally get in an Indian restaurant, but a proper Razak chicken curry. And I'm going to be using some onion, some garlic, some ginger and some bay leaf and very little oil. Again, Indian food has been known to be very unhealthy with the ghee and the oil. We tend to use a little bit of oil and a lot of water to keep the dish nice and moist. So that's a proper Indian curry. I've got some coriander seeds, some bay leaves, 1 black cardamom, some cinnamon stick, that'll give it a nice flavour, and some black peppercorns. And I'm going to toss those off in the oil first. And all I'm trying to do is just get the spices to release some of their oils. The slower you do this, the better, because as the temperature comes up, each spice will have its own specific release of spice, as you just heard. And once it starts popping, you're trying to infuse the oil, add your onion, mix that in. And all I'm going to do with this is I'm going to sweat this down. There's not a great deal of oil in here. If your pan looks a bit dry, get a little bit of water, add it in, and I'll keep it nice and moist. And you want to saute this down for about 15 minutes until it's golden brown. After your onions are sauteed, they'll be lovely and golden brown this colour. Some will be quite soft, and that's really like the sweetness of the onion that will come through. Take out any cardamom that you can discard, because you don't need that anymore. Your bay leaf, your cinnamon stick, but everything else, just leave it in there. So you've got beautiful soft onion. And what I'm going to do now is make my curry paste. To the pan is a little secret that I use that I was taught many years ago. When you put chilies into your sauce, don't stir it with them, because the chilies will hit the oil and burn, and it'll go up your nose and start making you sneeze. So what I tend to do is make cement in my sauce. So you put in half a teaspoon of chili, some turmeric, some garam masala, some coarse ground coriander and bay leaf, and some coriander seeds. Just make that into a little paste in the middle, so it all is now absorbed into your oil. Add a little bit of water and mix that in. And that's the base of your curry sauce. And if it starts drying out, just keep adding water, because the water will evaporate and your dish will be moist and saved. But if it doesn't, it will dry and burn, and then it's ruined. Water will disappear, your burnt onions won't. So just keep that nice and moist. After about 5 minutes, and that's done, get a couple of chopped tomatoes. If you haven't got fresh tomatoes, just use a tin of tomatoes. Put that in, simmer through, and you really want to keep this simmering for about 10 minutes until the tomatoes have almost dissolved into your onion. The longer you leave this simmering, the more richer the flavour will come out, your onions, your tomato and the spices. Obviously if you're in a rush, don't. When I do this at home, I tend to simmer this for about an hour. I know it sounds a long time, but it really is worth it. Or you can make this in advance, make it, put it in your fridge, and when you want to use it the next day, it will be ready for you to use. So it's a great sauce to prepare if you're having a dinner party. You can do all the work beforehand. When your guests arrive, add the chicken and serve it. It's as simple as that. That's had about a good 10 minutes, and all the tomato has disappeared like magic, and that's just absorbed into the onion. And that'll have a lovely tomatoey, oniony taste, but with a kick. I've got a couple of chicken breasts that I've just cut up into small pieces. Add that in. And this is the difference between a real Indian curry and a Western curry. Most Western recipes will say cook or grill or brown the chicken first. That's absolute rubbish in my opinion. The way I've been taught from my ancestors is always use raw chicken, put it in your paste, or raw meat or lamb, whatever dish you're cooking, put it in the sauce, and that will absorb the flavour. Otherwise, it just tastes of bland boiled chicken. That's the way to make a proper chicken curry. This will take 2 or 3 minutes. Let it simmer. If it gets sticking, just turn. And then remember, if it starts to drying out, just keep adding water. When the chicken's got a lovely white hue, I'm going to add about 3 tablespoons of dry fennel leaves. Now these are a lovely aromatic flavour, and also helps give the chicken, brings a chickeny flavour out if you like. I know it sounds weird, but fennel leaves bring out the flavour of chicken. I'm going to sprinkle that on the top. Mix that in. Okay, so after about 10 minutes you'll see that all the liquid is dried up, the chicken is perfectly cooked, the fennel leaves are all absorbed in. I wish you could smell this. A handful of coriander on top, just mix that in. Unfortunately, I think coriander goes with Indian food like beer and kingfisher goes with a takeaway. So that's the chicken curry ready. I'm just going to plate that up. And what I've got with it is a little bit of tandoori roti. So that's my chicken curry with coriander and fennel, cumin and onion brown rice, and a tandoori roti served with a lemon, lime and coriander and a red chilli dip. Have fun.